Hi everybody! Welcome to No Story is Sacred. If you've never listened before, basically we're four siblings who grew up talking about the art of storytelling. Now that we're adults, we're still talking about it, and are inviting you to join the conversation. I'm Pippin, and I am totally an American law student.
I'm Alex, and I am now currently the Master of Ceremonies at SeaWorld.
I'm Kat, and I'm pretty sure Aristotle was Belgian.
And I'm Brendan, and I thought there was entirely too much dog death in this movie.
Oh, hey, and that.
We'll get to it. We'll get to it.
Okay, yeah. Yep.
Alright, today we're talking about the 1988 movie A Fish Called Wanda, so spoilers abound. If you want specific content warnings about things we may talk about, check out the show notes at nostoriessacred.com, but odds are good, we are going to, and have already mentioned, animal death.
And cruelty.
and cruelty.
Yep.
And bad language, violence.
Sexy times.
Sexy times.
Implied
Sexism
incest.
times.
Sexism times.
Implied
Murder
incest.
of the Italian language.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna say it over and over again, implied incest.
That's, oh god, that's true.
Yep.
That's very true. Oh dear.
So anyway.
So.
On the other hand, Kevin Kline won an Oscar.
Good for him.
So for those of you who've never seen A Fish Called Wanda, the summary according to Google is, British gangster George Thomason and his hapless aide, Ken Pyle, draft a pair of arrogant Americans, grifter Wanda Gershwitz and weapons expert Otto West, for a massive diamond heist. When the job goes badly, Wanda attempts to seduce George's stuffy lawyer, Archie Leach, to find out where George hid the diamonds.
Barrister.
Meanwhile, Ken repeatedly attempts to kill an elderly woman who witnessed the robbery. I want everyone to appreciate that I had no clue where all the commas were going to be in that paragraph. So yeah, that's A Fish Called Wanda. Good night, everybody.
No. We've left off entirely the ending.
Alright, we'll have to get to there eventually, but let's talk about the story writ large. I mean, it starts off with a heist.
It's a heist.
Hey.
It's a straight up
It's a heist movie. It's a post-heist movie.
Yeah, it's a
Post-heist, yeah.
It's pretty much the other way Reservoir Dogs could have gone down.
Should I watch Reservoir Dogs?
I've never seen it.
It's good. I don't know, I mean, it's not like a horror film, Pip, if that's what you're wondering.
True, but I would also like to tell everyone in advance, don't at me. I will watch it if I watch it. But yeah, so we've got George the Mastermind.
Who spends most of this film in jail.
True. George Thomason, played by Tom Jorson.
No.
For fucking real.
Really?
Oh, writers.
Art. Go on.
George the Mastermind, who is British. And Wanda the Grifter, who's American.
I don't think she's a grifter per se, but she's definitely a con artist.
Yeah.
Grift, I feel, is a slightly different vibe, but she does amazing costume. She does quick changes. She does, she's cons.
Fast
she does
talking.
She has a honeypot.
She possibly has more sense than a lot of people in that movie.
I mean,
She really does.
There's a real question as to what exactly was her end game. And her end game, I think, is pretty clearly was to be the one on top at the end.
Yeah, to be the one holding the bag.
Literally. She was dating Thompson George, but had planned to betray him with Otto. And then she planned to betray Otto to get the jewels. I don't know what she was planning to do to poor Ken. God only knows.
I think Ken was just going to be left behind.
One way or another.
I think she was just using the seducing aura on him, and just after that's that.
But anyway, yeah, so Wanda's great, though. She's a consummate con artist. I mean, really top notch.
I mean, there's a reason why the title uses the pun.
What?
The fish called Wanda, and her name is also Wanda.
Is that a pun?
Or
She's catch.
Oh my god! That's amazing. Okay, sorry.
There's also a literal fish called Wanda, just so the audience is aware.
That is a character. Yeah. Ken's fish. Ken is an animal enthusiast.
You wouldn't fucking think it in the movie.
Well, oh no, you do realize that because he does feel remorse.
He
Feels
mourns.
real bad about it.
Do we know his relationship to George Thompson?
Cousin, maybe?
He gets referred to as my son a lot, but I wonder whether or not that's just a hearty, haha, they look about the same age.
I think they were just general, working together for, like, you wonder how they got in touch with, Wanda and Otto.
Wanda has been dating George for 2 years. She plays a long game.
Oh, fair enough.
Yeah, she does. I mean, a diamond heist, that probably takes a long time to plan, let's be honest here.
Yeah. Unless you're the leverage crew, in which case it takes like a week tops.
Well, yeah.
That's because they're the leverage crew. They're better than all the rest of us.
And it takes a week because there's like infighting and donut runs.
No, wait. So this is a heist. So you have to have the members of the heist. We have the brains. That's George, theoretically. We have Wanda, who...
This is where we were, because I said grifter and you argued with me.
Yeah, okay, fine. Go on.
No, Wanda's the face.
Yep.
Fair enough. I will grant face.
And she was also doing the scope, and she was also scoping.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
What was Ken was Getaway, right?
Yeah, Wheels.
Yep.
Get away, and just generally taking care of the place.
Oh, yeah, he was home
Incidentals.
base. He was the home base as well.
Yeah. And Otto was the muscle.
Yeah. The weapons expert. So I feel like it started with, before the story begins, I feel like it started with Wanda latching on to somebody who talked a big game. And then she builds him up to the point where it's successful. Then she brings in Otto so as to help.
She did bring in Otto.
Yeah, so as to help complete her double cross. Now she says Otto is her brother, which
He
makes
is
him.
not.
He is not. So then so I think this was an amazingly long it really speaks to her intelligence, and I love Wanda so much.
Yeah. But
This is her big one. This is her big one.
Yes.
The one she can retire on.
So they rob the bank. Otto and Wanda double-cross Archie by calling the cops on him.
George.
Yeah, George. That's what I said. Leave me alone. Double-cross George by calling the cops on him. And then they find out that George moved the money.
Yep.
Because George,
Not dumb.
yeah.
Basically, didn't trust Otto.
Wise.
Smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Legit.
we have the complication of George moved the money, and the complication of there was a witness.
Dun dun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's right.
There was a little old lady with like 5 dogs.
3 dogs.
3.
3, sir.
Is it only 3? Whatever.
It's only 3.
It's a lot of dog death. A lot of dog death in the food.
So, Wanda and Otto are trying to figure out where George moved the money. George has told Ken, not to tell them anything because Ken has the key to wherever the money is. But Wanda steals it because, she's Wanda and knows things.
Steals it like the same fucking,
Like,
not even in 2 minutes later.
yeah.
Wanda is the fucking best.
And George also tells Ken to get rid of the witness. Otto does not believe Ken can do it, and is a homophobic jerk in the process. And,
Although I admit, I ship it.
I mean, fair, but that's mostly because I will ship Kevin Kline with anybody.
Anybody, anything. I mean, come now.
Yeah. I watched this movie and went, man, Otto's an asshole, but I really like Kevin Kline.
Kevin Kline is so great.
Yeah.
He really is. He deserved that Oscar.
He absolutely... he's one of the few who's won an Oscar for fucking comedy, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Otto/Fish. No.
The Shape of
One
Water.
in his mouth. Listen, all I know is that he swallowed Wanda whole. So.
Kinky.
Some people juggle geese. No,
But anyway.
So she steals the key. She is immediate, but she still has the problem that she does not know where the money is.
Yeah, she has the key, but she doesn't know what it's to. Mm-hmm. So she figures if George rolls over to get a lenient sentence, he'll tell his lawyer where the money is.
Ipso facto.
Let's go seduce a lawyer. I'm sorry.
Huzzah.
Barrister.
And she does so
With a bump.
very, very efficiently.
Yeah.
It wasn't hard.
It was not difficult.
I mean, Archie, the barrister,
Played by John Cleese.
is basically in a, I guess I'd say loveless marriage.
Although,
is that fair to say?
I would think, his wife's kind of a jerk, but I will also say, I think he has a lot of responsibility there. Did you see how happy she was to get a single scrap of attention from him?
A locket.
Just a locket, or he kissed her with some amount of gusto, and she's like, oh my god, you're never like this, come on, let's go. I mean, this is a woman who was clearly, like, ready to love. Needing. I mean, frankly, we could have had a whole B-plot with Otto seducing her, and it would have been...
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway. But that being said, Archie is fairly easy to seduce.
Yes.
Men.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is what Wanda says to herself, too.
Yeah.
Wanda discovers during the course of hijinks that perhaps this won't be a chore, so that's nice for her.
Yeah. What's interesting is that one of the other plot points that comes up fairly routinely is that Otto presents himself as this faux intellectual. Like, he just says, he tries to do, talking Italian at Wanda, who loves hearing other languages. Mm-hmm. I don't know if that's
it's a kink.
Something-ophile.
It's a kink.
Lingophile? I don't know.
The mother tongue.
Oh, so but this is one of those contrasting points where Otto does gibberish, spaghettio, lasagna, and pretends that's Italian and sounds very stupid to the audience in the process. Mm-hmm. And then we have John Cleese's character who actually knows, I believe he actually knows Italian, but he also knows Russian and several languages, and that is gold.
Mm-hmm. So to speak.
And then you kind of get this Wanda having a choice between Otto, who is clearly an idiot, and, this guy is smart and knows languages, and that is the kink.
I think that she does have a competence porn kink, but she just hasn't been able to fully express it. Because
everyone around her is incompetent.
That's true.
Yes.
I would say that George is not incompetent, but he has blind spots. Namely, the fact that he's fooled by her. And that
George got caught. Never mind that she's the one who got him caught.
Yeah. Whereas, I think what really seals the deal between her and Archie is the fact that he catches her. He catches her out. And, she's just like, oh my god, you're intelligent, and I can't fool you. I mean, I can for a short period of time, but that's fun. But he really sees her for what she is in this regard. Yeah. Which is why I think she didn't cosh him over the head.
I mean, the cosh probably comes into play at some point, but, But no, it's actually a really difficult chemistry to kind of establish, but they actually make it work.
They do. His heartfelt, pause where, he just turns and says, you are the most beautiful girl I have ever seen in my entire life. And it's just this completely sincere, eye contact. And I'm just damn.
Oh.
But she's still not affected at that point. 'Cause she's I've heard this shit before. She has to sort of realize, oh shit, this is a continual, this is...
affection?
Yeah, this is actually maybe not just... but it is. There's that. It's having to have the connection between both. Yeah, she knows she's a very pretty girl, and she knows she can get away with stuff. However, having her brains recognized as well is just chef's kiss. Yeah.
So, what happens next?
Shenanigans.
Yeah.
A ton of shenanigans.
There's a good 45 minutes of just straight up shenanigans as we have the various plots happening that we've just established here. So Ken repeatedly tries to kill the old lady and kills dogs
instead.
Three. It was a rule of three heightening thing with dog death.
It was a 3-dog problem.
John Wick would not have stood for this.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, John Wick versus Otto.
Oh my god, I have my story idea. Okay.
Yeah, but then, so we have that as sort of a running through line. You gotta kill, because the witness is what's keeping, the dude in jail, essentially.
Yes.
She has to die before the trial date, because she is the only and then Wanda is George's alibi. So without the witness, we have Wanda. She's an uninterested player, so the law thinks, and this is good. So old lady has to die. So we have like a time frame. Wanda has to seduce the lawyer before this point.
Barrister.
It's almost barrister. It's almost like a French farce.
It is. Meanwhile, Otto is jealous because he's a moron.
He's not a moron.
He's not stupid. Don't call him stupid.
Yeah.
Really, he's making it worse.
Yeah, well,
that's why he's a moron.
Yeah.
If he had just sat back and let Wanda do her thing, which again is the recognizing that Wanda knows her shit. But if he had just let her do her shit, they would have been like, boom, done. From that angle. You know, whether or not George would have told the barrister anything is a different matter. And I think that that's a little bit of a iffy. Because you could seduce the barrister, but still not get the information you need.
And then the barrister leaves the picture. Ha.
But Otto, you know, jumps in and causes problems, and that's hilarious. And the locket gets lost, and the locket gets found. And
the locket has the key.
The locket has the key that to the secret location. And then, and then the deadline comes.
And the lady dies in time.
Yep. So...
Not from who can, killing her just by a heart attack by him killing her dogs. Though I do like that they established that she has a heart problem.
They established it multiple times.
Yeah, like,
yep.
Like, let's have the court, can we have the court in the morning because the witness has a heart condition and he can't do, late afternoons?
Oh, so we would like this to be a speedy trial.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because, our witness is very elderly and has a heart condition.
Like that.
And then we see her taking her medicine after every dog. And like clutching her chest. Yeah, so then, she's dead. All that's left is Wanda. And Wanda, you know, trips up merrily to the stand and says, yes, definitely. George was there, except only for 5 minutes. And I know this because I wondered where was he going with that sawed-off shotgun.
Oh, also important to note that after the little old lady is dead, but before the trial where Wanda, goes, oh yeah, no, pretty much goes, he was totally there. George tells Ken where the money is.
This is why George is not that bright, because he tells people things. George tells Ken where the money is. Ken, feeling smug about the fact that he actually killed the old lady, except he didn't, brags to Otto. Otto is like, oh, so you know, you killed the little old lady. Cool. Wait, you know where we're supposed to be going now. Oh, that means the money must be there. You know where the money is. Which leads to animal cruelty number 2. Or 4 if you're counting. Or possibly 15 if you count all of the fish.
Yeah. The incidents.
Wait, did Ken tell Wanda separately?
No, he did, right?
So.
No. Ken never told Wanda. Ken tells Otto and he tells Archie.
No, he totally told Wanda.
I don't think he told Wanda, man, because Wanda would have fucking hightailed it out of there. She has the key. She wouldn't have had to bring Otto with her.
She wasn't going to.
No, but she brought Archie. Archie went to the apartment to find out.
And Otto went.
And Otto stole the car that Wanda was in.
Yeah.
Wanda never knew, because if Wanda ever had all the information, she would have left this picture.
Yeah.
True.
She would have said...
Probably with Archie.
I mean,
at that
we'll
point.
give it a probably on that one.
If Archie had followed her.
Yeah. Like, she was willing to give him a good shot. But, no. During the revelation that, in fact, she is not going to be the alibi, John Cleese, Archie, figures out, oh shit, she's been playing all of us. And then he also decides, fuck it.
Oh. You know what? Yeah.
Fuck my life. This has been awful anyway. She's amazing.
My wife just divorced me.
My wife is threatening divorce. And also, I hate everything that I do and everything I am. And you know what I don't hate? Wanda. So he goes to go visit George, and he's like, yeah, so anyway, if you tell me where the jewels are, maybe we can get you a lower sentence. And he's like, what? No. He's like, yeah, just tell me where the jewels are. Just tell me.
You were seduced by Wanda. No shit. How do you think I was so good at your case?
I did it on purpose. That was my idea. And then George says, talk to Ken. Ken knows where it is. Ken's at the flat. So,
that's right.
So then, Wanda makes an escape. She's gonna head toward the flat. to talk to Ken. Archie was like, hello, catching you up. We're driving there. Guess what?
Want to go to Venezuela together.
Yeah, well, first he's like, yeah, so you played all of us. That was cool.
Hot.
Hot. Archie also has competence porn kink, apparently.
Speak some Russian? No! Jump cut.
Cuddled up, speaking Russia. She's like, oh, why did you dump me? Blah, blah, blah. And like, so we see that she did, in fact, like, not only was this not a chore to seduce him, but also, perhaps, she is willing to have fun for longer with him. But they go to the apartment, Archie jumps out, Otto jumps in, Otto goes because he has gotten the information.
And he now has a gun.
He does. Now, if Archie wants to actually follow them, he now has to get the information from Ken. Ken, it is established throughout the film, has a very thorough stutter. So, much hilarity.
People are a dick about this. The entire movie.
And to be fair, he has been just horribly traumatized.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep.
But eventually John Cleese also gets the information that's the Cathcart Towers, which I guess is near a hotel. Or is that near the airport? They're all going to the airport. And Ken's following along with, or rather is driving John Cleese, because he has sworn revenge. He's actually gonna kill somebody this time. And it's going to be Otto.
Otto deserves it.
Otto does deserve it.
He really does.
Kevin Kline, total cinnamon bun, wouldn't hurt a fly. I love him. Otto deserves it.
But on the other hand, Otto is just so fun to watch. There's a lot of fun to be had in a good villain. He's not even a villain. I mean, does he even rise to that?
He's just a
clown. He's a clown.
Yeah.
Kevin Kline was having a great time.
He was eating it up.
You know who he reminds me of? He reminds me of Dogsbury in Much Ado About Nothing.
Yes!
Kevin Kline was known for serious movies at the time.
Was he really?
He was in Sophie's Choice.
Jesus Christ, he's hilarious, though.
Yes! And he was working with, like, John Cleese or something for some separate thing, and...
John Cleese is like, guess what, you're funny?
Yeah, because he like, be silly during, like, rehearsals and stuff.
I mean, John Cleese, to be fair, he wrote the movie, but, like, he has serious writing chops. Monty Python. He was one of the two major writers. Because they would work in pairs, or in, like, they would work in weird pair groups, and it was him and Palin, who were, I know.
Palin also in this movie.
Yes, playing Ken. But John Cleese would work with Graham Chapman, and Michael Palin would work with, one of the other ones. The one who doesn't sing all the time. And then there was there was Eric Idle, who, I don't know, maybe he was the floater.
Jesus.
So anyway,
my point is, John Cleese wrote that part for Kevin Kline.
Did he really?
Aww. I read about it on the internet. It must be true. Kevin Kline also almost skipped that Oscars.
Really?
He wasn't gonna win because he was the extreme dark horse.
He deserved it, though. It's fantastic.
What was he
And apparently,
up
if you watch his speech, his almost... I don't know what he was up against. I know that he almost forgot to thank his wife. Because they had literally, like, just gotten married.
Aww. Yeah, no, so I consider him a total Dogsbury. I think that he has that kind of clownish, but also gets in the way of things, adds to the farcical elements. It's just great.
Just gotta appreciate him accidentally beating up Archie when he's trying to goes to apologize to him.
I like the random configurations his legs go into during the course of this movie.
So they catch up.
Okay, wait. Because someone asked me and I had to know.
Okay.
The other nominees for Best Supporting Actor in 1988 for the 61st Annual Academy Awards.
Can we lower the music, please? This is very serious.
Alec Guinness.
Oh, shit.
In Little Dorrit.
Oh, wow.
Martin Landau.
Oh, my God.
In Tucker, The Man in His Dream.
Okay, whatever.
River
Martin
Phoenix.
Landau. Oh, no.
Running on Empty.
Okay.
And Dean Stockwell, Married to the Mob.
I mean,
and the winner is Kevin Kline for A Fish Called Wanda. Oh, Hilarious.
That's amazing. Poor Alec Guinness, man. The hits keep coming and they just keep coming.
Then they don't stop coming. Cat,
listen.
if you're gonna do this,
you need
I have to outsource, and that's where you come in.
listen, I doubt your commitment to Sparkle Motion. Where were we? Have Wanda and Archie run away together yet?
I mean, okay, let's just say at the end, there's a bunch of shenanigans, and,
Stephen Fry appears.
Stephen Fry appears in the briefest possible cameo.
only to get cudgeled.
Yep, caution on the head. Ken gets his revenge by running over, Otto with a steamroller?
Yep.
And he somehow survives.
But doesn't kill him, because Ken can't kill people. He himself cannot directly kill anything during the course of this film.
Though you have to briefly wonder, is steamrolling your enemy therapy an actual sufficient method for working with speech impediments?
That's true. He is cured, apparently, of his speech impediment after ostensibly killing Otto.
I'd be willing to try that therapy. I mean,
for science.
Yeah. Cap, steamroll your opponent your enemy therapy. What do you think?
I mean, I think it has multiple uses. It could be used for a lot of different. If I knew more about medicine, I could be really clever here. And modes of therapy, modalities. Yes. If only I was clever in a timely fashion.
Yeah, that's too bad.
So anyway, Wanda's on the fucking plane. She's like, well, I got rid of Otto, which is good.
And
too bad about Archie. And I had the diamonds, but oh well, that's sad.
An airport scene that clearly takes place before 9/11.
Oh, by a significant margin. And then, Archie has escaped, getting killed by Otto and any number of things, and has made his way onto the plane, and then he's all like, hey girl, and she's like, oh my god, hi!
Covered in oil.
Covered in oil, totally sexy. That is the epitome of not suspicious.
And they murmur Russian to each other until the credits roll.
While Kevin Kline repeats the visual gag from earlier in the film,
and the audio gag from throughout the film.
Indeed, and that's the end of the movie.
Wait, no. Oh, there's one more thing. There is a what do you call those the
where are they now tags?
Yeah. Oh. Which are extremely out of character, and you have to wonder if there should be a small asterisk of as part of their next con.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what I have to assume.
I have to assume that's the case with all of them, because it is perhaps one of the last things that Archie says in the movie is, and don't get into any more trouble, or words to that effect. And Wanda just sort of smiles, is like, ah, you. And then the tags say that Archie and Wanda get married, have 17 children, and start a leper colony. And I'm like, sounds fake. Because it is. And then Ken becomes the Master of Ceremonies at London SeaWorld. And Otto goes to become the Minister of Justice in South Africa, which I think is some deep 1980s humor.
Yeah.
Some deep white people 1980s humor.
Yeah, fair.
I agree. I think that's really, an asterisk should be applied to all of those.
George doesn't get one.
Well, George is in prison.
I think that what ends up happening is that, Archie essentially joins the life of crime.
He knows a lot about it from,
He has some weird moments just because he's not actually a criminal, but when forced to, he can actually think on his feet and be fairly clever.
Yeah.
And frankly, Wanda's interested in keeping him around for a while. And Wanda is the true powerhouse of this fucking film. The end.
So
next time on No Story is Sacred.
So changes.
Changes.
Sorry, I got distracted by Wikipedia, as one does.
No.
Because apparently there's a spiritual successor to A Fish Called Wanda.
Yes, there is. All the actors come back.
Called Fierce Creatures.
Mm-hmm. I've never seen it.
Yes.
I've never seen
have.
it. How is it?
Oh, it's fun. Has a lemur in it.
Is
Fair enough.
Is it comparable?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Huh. Well, now I have to watch it.
There's considerably less animal death.
So already looking up.
Yeah.
But apparently, according to Wikipedia, the bastion of reliability, in the novelization of Fierce Creatures, written by Ian Johnstone, who co-wrote the film, it begins with a letter from Archie. To his brother Rollo, where it basically confirms all the shit that was in the, end tags.
That they're actually in a fucking leper colony?
Well, that they're happily living in Rio with multiple children.
Oh, that was a fucking lie.
That part's true. Well, maybe. I mean, cause knowing Wanda, I think she could see the value of having a bunch of children.
A league of grifters and thieves.
Yes.
She'll teach them well. Anyway, I just wanted to share that. We can continue to whatever we're doing next. Which I imagine is story changes.
It is story changes.
I've got one.
Do it.
Kinda, sorta. Well, first off, I dropped the whole stutter thing because it wasn't funny, it was just mean.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Fair.
And also, I mentioned John Wick earlier.
No.
And I'm just saying that this movie, if it really, like, upped the action, like, it still kept it as funny, but, like, if the choreographer for John Wick's action scenes choreographed this whole movie.
Oh, Lord.
But is John Wick a character in it as well? Like, or a John Wick-esque figure? Is that...
He shows up at the end.
That's what Ken is. He's quiet the whole time. He's technically the background guy. And then somebody kills a fucking dog. It's not him in this story. And then he's just like, I'm taking over now.
Otto killed his fish. He loved that fish.
He loved that fish.
He loved that fish, man.
That or John, like, legit just John Wick is in the background of the airport looking for Otto. We see bodies flying around while Wanda and Archie just trying to get on the goddamn plane. That'd be funny.
So if John Wick is the Baba Yaga, what is Ken in this nightmare scape?
Can he be Koshek the Deathless?
There we go.
That'd be fucking funny.
We see him pretty much at death's door, and he does not die.
That's true.
He's given his soul to another, so that's why he can't die.
I'm just over here suddenly remembering that Archie speaks Russian.
Ooh.
Yeah, you're right.
I very often am.
And he does have a very nice place for only being a barrister. I'm just saying.
Well, it's Wendy's money.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, Wendy is the one with the money. That's why Wanda doesn't run off with him, like, right there.
Like, leaving the jewels behind. Because it's possible at this point she sees this as like, this is a fucked up, this isn't gonna be the big one. Better to count my chickens and get out of here.
Or at the very least, it can be added to the list of options.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, basically, I'm all for comedy, but I also want me some, well choreographed action scenes.
Legit.
I would really love to see Kevin Kline pull off. A young Kevin Kline. He probably can't do it now.
Wow.
Pull off some. He's 71.
No, he isn't.
Listen, I've just spent a lot of time on Wikipedia while totally paying attention to when you guys were talking.
You know what,
wow,
though?
Jerk.
You know what? Kevin Kline, yes. I still would.
Yeah, that's fair. He's been happily married since 1989.
So, to springboard off Pippin's...
Yes.
Aside from my big thing, hey, let's have less dog death, because that was just gratuitous. That kind of made me instantly not on Ken's side.
It wasn't on purpose. He was trying to kill the old lady.
That's way more forgivable.
Yeah.
I know, but dogs dying as a gag I didn't like it.
Remember, you can kill the girls, but you can't kill the dog.
It's like the opposite of saving the cat. It's kicking the dog, and I think your murder is a step above kicking.
That's true. That's how you know somebody's a really bad guy.
And so, like, I can't really be on his side. Sorry. So I'd probably do that first and foremost. But then I was also thinking, I love a good heist. Let's go into prequel town. How do we have this gang get together? What is the planning phase? You can almost make a full movie, a prequel, just the planning and execution of this heist. How is everybody recruited into it? Is Ken like the I want to say innocent soul who gets brought into the life of crime, and That's why it's such a turnaround at the end of Fish Called Wanda when he decides that he can kill a person for real.
And that's what cures him.
Yeah, man. Well, just you take out that element, of course, but like, I don't know. I am a fan of heists in general, so I'm always down for Heist Town. They're always fun to see be planned out and then executed, and then how do they deal with complications that come up along the way? Was there other heists, like mini heists that happened beforehand so they could get all the requisite materials? How does George become suspicious, aside from the obvious stuff that we saw as the audience, of Wanda and Otto? It's like...
Other than Otto's general existence.
Yeah.
I mean, he could just have caught them making out. Like, either they're really too close, or they're not siblings at all.
Dun, dun, dun. Now, here's the thing. Wanda could have also engineered a situation such that it necessitated hiring a weapons expert in the first place. Like she kind of does, you can see her like, doing stuff behind the scenes, like causing incidents to happen at the Diamond Exchange such that they will need, extra security there, or like an armed security member. So that's why Otto has to come into the mix now. It was supposed to be a simple job.
Yep.
I just love that little line. Yeah. It was supposed to be a simple job. But other than that wild and crazy thing, yeah, just less dog death. I am not as much of a fan of just the slapstick comedy stuff just for playing on its own. I'm like, nah, just give me the intelligent jokes, please. Thank you.
Yes. I think that's why I was over here with the choreographed action.
And John frickin' Wick, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's me. More heist, less dog death.
Can I go?
Go.
Alright, so the big thing that really fucking bothered me about this, and it's something that it bothers me in a lot of, media, and I think it's a problem with not a problem, but it's a part of the genre, or the medium, rather, of film, is that they've known each other for like, what, less than a fucking week, and Archie's all like, I'm in love with you. Yeah, I fell in love with you. I fell in love with you. No, love. And also, it's been a hot minute. You know what? I'm definitely gonna cheat on my wife, ruin my life, and, have sex with you because I love you, or some shit like that. Here's what I want.
Counter argument.
What?
Dudes.
That's a good argument. However.
Sorry, bros.
Are you though? Are you? However, here's what I would like to see. I would like to see Wanda be like, hi, I'm an American student. How are you? By the way, can we bone? And Archie be like, no, that's okay. But you know what? You keep going, kid. And then he like fucking walks off. And she's like, wait. That is not how this goes down. This is, no. And so she's like doubling down. She's like, no, I was just gonna like randomly seduce this guy, but no, now my honor is involved, and my skill sets, and my integrity.
I am a professional, damn it.
And so meanwhile, Archie's like, nah, I'm a barrister. Like we can talk. I mean, yeah, I looked it up. It's fine. But I'm married over here and stuff like that. Now, secretly, he is, of course, ready to leave his life and so on and so forth. However, he's also like an adult. And also not easily swayed by some random chick who shows up who happens to be connected to the case by accident. What? I mean, this guy...
Yeah, that was a big hint.
This guy doesn't do, like, real estate. He does criminal law. Like, for real. And we see him, when he's not being flustered, we see him being, apparently, good at his job. I mean, this is not an idiot. So I would like there to be like a double game going on, where he finds himself invigorated by this chase and by this, going on, and she is both invigorated and frustrated, because she's come across a dude who is not immediately falling down in front of, her feet, because she bats her eyelids. And so they come to, a point of, understanding and, yes, we're both in it, but not with this, bullshit love stuff. I am actually really down with the idea of both of them running away to Venezuela, or where it is to go, while maintaining the fiction that they happen to be on the same plane together by accident.
I'm suddenly seeing this as, not to bring it back to
Much Ado About Nothing?
No, Leverage.
Damn it.
Seems very Nate and Sophie to me.
It is very Nate and Sophie. I was thinking Much Ado About Nothing, but not the Kenneth Branagh production, but rather the one that had David Tennant in it, where they, end up saying that, reading one another's love notes to each other, and then just being extremely annoyed about it.
Good times.
I guess I'll marry you. But by my eye, I do it out of pity.
I do it before I heard you had a consumption.
So yeah, this, it is a much more sort of intellectual attachment, but I think that will post-movie grow into something more. There's, I think it keeps the height of, I'm a big fan of the slow burn. I'll say it. The slow burn, the secret flirting, the game, the catch and release. And that's how I would like it. Forget all this nonsense about, because that's, you can't build a life off of that.
Can't you?
No, you can't.
But can't
With
you?
however many pounds it was.
For $2 billion or whatever it was, you could do it for a certain... Because otherwise, I think that she'll be like, this was not a chore, but now I got other shit to do. And then she'll drop him off in Buenos Aires or whatever and go about her merry fucking way. She's a con artist. So unless you can keep her on her toes, she's going to, find something else. This is good for her right now, but at some point, it will get boring. Unless he is not going along with her jam on purpose. So that's my change. I think it would be sexy as fuck. I'm super into it.
Alex, what have you got?
So I'm thinking, let's do some proper, or where are they now stuff. Let's actually go with those end tags being the con.
So instead of this movie, we see that movie?
Well, no, as an extension.
So just tweaking the ending a bit.
Yeah. Seeing them at, in Rio de Janeiro, the Colonia de la Lepers, or however. And hers, oh, thank you. We really try our best here. And it's thanks to all my wonderful children that we can and do this. And as she's, accepting a donation or something. And as she closes the door and opens the, gate to the main colony, and it's just empty. And it's just part of a random scheme.
There are painted flats everywhere.
Yeah.
But it still has the text over it of what we had in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And, okay, that's enough. And we're clear legally. And going to Archie, who's, running some books or something, and, doing we're peachy. Where do you think we should go next? Reykjavik? And just,
Although, when you say that he's running the books, actually, I can't imagine him being a thorough, con artist. I kind of imagine him being just very, sweet about his wife's hobbies.
He can cook the books. I think he'd be smart enough for that.
Yeah.
Not cooking the financial books. Probably cooking the financial books, but also making sure that they don't get arrested at the airport. And, or possibly extradited later. Forging the documents. There we go.
There you go. So, yeah. Or using his connections.
Yeah. He probably burnt a fair few bridges, though he probably had plenty of decent bridges in the underworld, huh? And we cut to South Africa. We see Otto spouting some bullshit philosophy, misquoting Aristotle at his desk as what was he again?
Minister of
Justice. It's the Minister of Justice for South Africa.
And then we see some police start knocking at his door. It's like, I have to hang up now. As he starts unscrewing the stave to get to his money. And then we cut to Ken at SeaWorld, enjoying his time as Master of Ceremonies. Yeah.
He's having a lovely time.
Although in the background, we perhaps see the feet of somebody. You have to be looking really, really carefully to, because we see him presenting and it's great, but all the way in the background, behind a flat again, is just somebody's feet wearing flippers. Because he's taken out the Master of Ceremony.
He's bringing down SeaWorld. Because, SeaWorld is kind of,
Mm-hmm. It was the 80s. Maybe they had a dolphinarium. Fuck that shit.
Oh, yeah, true.
Fair enough.
I want to justify those end tags.
Fair enough.
Also, George leaving prison out on good behavior. And
and he's coming for them.
I feel like Wanda's already prepared.
So you're free now. Where you plan to go? Oh, I know. Rio de Janeiro, maybe. I can't do his accent.
But I hear you. Awesome. Wait, so does that mean that it's that time, you guys? Because I think that's all of us, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suggest.
Yes.
A special appearance by.
Okay. I need to think of something other than John Wick.
So, for a special appearance by, that's when a character from some other work of fiction or heck real life suddenly appears in the story. What happens next?
Yeah. Anyways, for my thing, I'm thinking for a special appearance by Black Widow.
Oh damn!
Oh god damn!
Because who was a teacher who taught her how to do some of her spy stuff? Wanda.
I suggest that actually it be the other way around, because Wanda does not actually know Russian. She's just turned on by it. Which suggests its own history.
I made a joke about them going to Reykjavik after Rio de Janeiro, and that's how I'm thinking it, but yours is good too.
Wait, why would Black Widow be in Reykjavik?
Isn't that in Russia?
No, that's Iceland.
That's totally Iceland, dude. That's like the capital of Iceland.
Oh, fuck. I don't... Oh, no! Geography
Alex doesn't know geography.
Anyways, well, either way, Archie knows Russian.
He does, which is fine. I'm just saying, I think we could have a lot of shenanigans with the other way around if that's where she learned everything. Is from the Black Widow. And meanwhile, Black Widow shows up partway through the film, is like, really? You've
so
got
disappointed.
Like, don't get distracted by the guy who isn't going for you. You gotta keep your target. And Wanda's like, but he's not going for me. This is really bothering me. And then there's a sex scene between her and Widow. It's fine. Don't worry about
it. Yeah.
We all just have a quiet little moment.
Yeah, that can work.
Okay.
Who's next? You like how I threw that out there? So it's not me.
Yeah, didn't appreciate that.
Do you want me to give you a suggestion, Pip?
Yeah.
You've been talking about them constantly during this episode.
John Wick?
No.
The other ones.
Oh, the leverage team! Oh my god.
Pippin. My god, woman.
Listen, you didn't think of it either.
I didn't, it's true. I would have jumped on that like fucking grease on fire.
Oh god, they wouldn't have stood for any of this. Oh, they would have been... first of all, they wouldn't have stolen that money, because they're the good guys now. Parker would have been complaining the whole time about how they could take the money. It'd be really easy. It'd be like, in, out, here's how I can do it, here are all the entrances and exits. It's like, why do you know that? I was like, I was bored.
It's right there.
That's canonically what she does for fun.
Yeah.
And those diamonds don't belong to a good person,
Yeah.
So why shouldn't they belong to me?
Basically, at the end, Wanda opens up the bag, and there's just, like, blank paper in it. And that's it. And the leverage team walks off into the distance.
Good lord.
Giving that money to whoever the fuck needed it. Because it certainly wasn't George. Or probably Wanda, let's be real.
Yeah.
I mean,
certainly not Otto.
With Ken's medical bills, probably him.
I don't know. Ken might be the plucky guy that they take in.
But he did kill dogs.
He did kill dogs. None of them would be cool with that. But he's clearly been taken in by a bad situation.
We've all done things that we regret.
And they can help him do crime better without murder. Which is clearly the lesson to learn here. Do crime better.
Just be better at it.
I mean, legit what some of them say.
It's just embarrassing when you do it badly.
If I don't tell you, how do you learn to be better? I should rewatch Leverage. It's not on Netflix anymore, and it makes me sad.
What?
I know.
Brendan, what you got?
Are you sure you don't want to go?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm good. Go for it.
Okay.
Wait, no, never mind. I thought of something. I got it. Okay, here's what I want. You know what we don't have in here? We don't have a plucky, law enforcement officer chasing after all of them from the outside. I want Tommy Lee Jones from The Fugitive. Somehow.
Fucking nowhere.
shut up. Tommy Lee Jones from The Fugitive, he and his crew are working on a separate case internationally, and he gets pulled in on this because Wanda's America. Wanda and Otto are American. In fact,
Wanda is America.
No. They're chasing Otto. Otto.
Because, he did say, hey, I killed people for the CIA. And like, that's probably a lie, but it's probably not.
He probably killed somebody. Let's just be honest. So Tommy Lee Jones had a fantastic comedic turn. Well, it was comedic and serious. It was great in The Fugitive. He was a fantastic, not villain, antagonist. And fuck it, yeah, he shows up. He's all like, we gotta work out the case from the outside, figure out who knows who. Well, where's Wanda's fucking alibi? Am I right?
Yeah.
Why is she? There were 4 people in that crew, right? Did they track down the other members of the crew?
True.
Nope, never did.
So, I mean, I'm sorry, you have 4, you have George, you have his girlfriend, who's his alibi, you have her brother, who's mysteriously in town, and you have the guy who owns the apartment that they were all at. How many is that? 4. And then Tommy Lee Jones sits back and says, where's my goddamn donuts?
Nice.
I want a pink one with little sprinkles on top. And then Wanda's like, I'm not a criminal. And he says, I don't care, but I'll see you are. I didn't kill my wife.
I don't care.
And that's the great thing about him in that movie. He doesn't. Like, that's not the point. Like, you ran away, justice, etc. and so forth. He's got to take you in. Damn.
All right.
That's mine.
So to round things off, it's just me now.
Yeah.
So kind of taking a play from that. Have you guys ever watched the show Burn Notice?
No, that's got what's his head in though? The comedian
Bruce Campbell.
What? I was thinking
Bruce
the other
Campbell's
guy.
in it.
What am I thinking?
Jeffrey
of?
Donovan.
No, he's blonde. He was in The Ref.
No.
Oh, that's the fireman show I'm thinking.
That's the fireman shit. Yeah.
Dennis Leary is who you're thinking of, and yes, it's the fireman show.
So what's Burn Notice?
Burn Notice is a bunch of the main character is a former spy who got kicked out, and him and his friends go and fight crime in Miami or
of course,
elsewhere.
Fucking Miami,
of course. So the thing is, the main character has an elderly mother, and I'm thinking she is friends with the little old lady who is being attacked during this movie. The second that first dog dies, that's when she talks about it with her old friend from Miami. That's when the team goes over and solves this shit.
Oh my god. That's adorable.
So it kind of goes from them protecting the little old lady to discovering this whole conspiracy. It's like, because their big thing is like, figuring out why the crime is happening and more or less trying to solve it intelligently. I mean, stretch that for TV and all that, of course, but yeah, that's the base conceit. And then you have Bruce Campbell punching Kevin Kline in the face.
I would pay money to see that.
I would pay money right now. Well, no, they're all like in their 70s or whatever.
That's fine.
Yeah, you're
I think
right.
they'd do it.
They would do it. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, that's the end game there is Bruce Campbell punching Kevin Kline in the face.
It's always very important to have a sort of central image that you're working toward when writing or doing other things.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And just that moment of the punch is good, but also the build-up.
Indeed.
Oh, and they find the diamonds and return it to the rightful owners.
Of course.
Because they're good kids.
I mean, just to bring up the, aiming towards the final thing, this is actually a useful technique with writing. Figure out what you want the big show-stopping number to be. And then, remind yourself of it occasionally. Like, that's what you're aiming towards, which is why I frequently name my stories things like, and then somehow they make out.
I mean, if you want to write your big show-stopping bit first, nothing stops you.
Absolutely. Sure. And then, if your motivation is, I gotta get to that scene because it's so fucking awesome. Like that, That is a worthwhile goal.
At the same time, do not be completely married to how that goes down, because that's how you get
How I Met Your Mother.
Season 8 Game of Thrones and Season 9 of How I Met Your Mother. Yeah.
Do you want How I Met Your Mother? Because this is how you get How You Met Your Mother.
Or Game of Thrones.
Or Game of Thrones.
How I Met Your Throne, or
yes,
or Game of Mothers.
Game of Mothers.
I'm not okay with that, guys.
That sounds like a video essay on YouTube waiting to happen.
And on that note, you motherfuckers, so to speak, take us on out.
Sure thing. As always, if you have an idea or prompt to submit, head on over to nostorysacred.com/submission. Follow us on Twitter at nostorysacred, or send an email through contact@nostorysacred.com. Your hosts have been Alex MacDonald, Brennan MacDonald, Pippin MacDonald, and Catherine Crichton. Editing for this episode done by Brennan. Transcript done by Ashley DaCosta. Art by Jay Wolf. Show notes and transcripts are available at nostorysacred.com. Thanks for listening, everyone. And please rate, review, and subscribe to No Stories Sacred. You can also visit our Patreon page to support the show and get neat rewards at patreon.com/nostoriessacred. See you next time when we talk about the season 1 finale of The Good Place. Until then, where no story is sacred, and any story can be changed. I'm Alex.
I'm Kat.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Pippin.
And we're
No Story is Sacred.